morning. Hey Daniel, how are you?
How are you going?
Very good.
I watched your videos last night. A couple of your videos, they were good.
Nice one. Which ones were they?
They're four entries and one of the POIs.
Oh yeah, very good.
And gotta watch the other one now still.
Yeah, nice.
But they were really good. I'll rewatch them again.
Yeah, they definitely help. Just to like get started in the morning routine.
Yeah, it gave me a way better understanding how to get into the market now.
Yeah.
So I've got a better picture of it. Now I just got to practice it.
Yeah, nice one. Alrighty, so far out, man. What a night last night for after the Fed. So we had the FOMC. Didn't really get to catch much of it. I was playing rugby, so but Powell came in with a very hawkish hold. Hawkish hold meaning leaving the door open for higher rates for longer, and didn't actually make much of a change in the actual interest rates, but the rhetoric was pretty hawkish. So saying about how the job market was fairly tight, they're not really trying to curb any spending, but the consumer spending is still quite strong. So yeah, it just led to a massive sell-off. So what we see, if we go over to the charts, we saw US dollar gain a lot of strength. So if US dollar is gaining a lot of strength, that means gold is coming downtown. So it just flew, and then Asian session picked up on that New York volume, New York direction, and then continued the trend down. So we dropped from. I thought this was going to happen. I thought this didn't make sense after literally from New York Stock Exchange open, it just went boom, and I was like, man, these guys are getting in early. And then as soon as he came out with his speech, the interest rates was released here at 7 o'clock, and then Powell started talking at 7:30 UK time, and it just, anyone that was like looking for buys on a hold, because often people say, oh, they hold rates, that means stocks go up or US dollar softens, but it didn't. It just crumbled, and most of the movement does come on his speech. So yeah, that was a huge correction. If he was hawkish, that means the indices struggled as well. So US dollar went up, US dollar bulls, gold bears, stock bears. So that's what happened on his hawkish hold rhetoric. Hey Glenn. Now, I guess a little bit of understanding in why this happened. Not just that, oh, this happened, but try to understand why US dollar goes higher. Why does indices or stocks struggle with higher interest rates? And it's more of a competition thing. So you've got stocks, which is for the last, I'm not sure what exact figures, but last 100 years, let's call it 100 years, on average you would have made 10% year on year, or between 8, 9, 10% year on year. Some years you have bad years, some years you have bumper years, but on average, if you take the average growth, it's about 8 to 10% year on year. With these high interest rates, now you're actually getting the real return for cash. You're getting the real return for bonds and like treasuries as well. And that's the main one, is that the treasuries. So treasuries now are getting up to US treasuries. So this is something like you can loan the government, and the government will guarantee a payment to you. So if the treasuries, they're paying around a bit over 5% on your money. So you're guaranteed of that money. So stocks have been quite overvalued. We know that especially the US market, what they always do, they manipulate the market, and they just constantly, it's just on an all continuous bull trend, right? And this is where it's like on average you're making 10% per year. Obviously COVID year, you're going to have some steep corrections where the market dropped quite substantially. It did do a full correction and more. So you're going to have some bad years in here, but on average it's more or less positive. Now, when they think the market might be a little bit overvalued, and we've had like pretty spectacular year so far. Like we started the year back over here was the start of the year. Okay, so this was the start of the year. Price went up, then we had a bit of a correction, then we came up, and now we're actually sitting on, I think close to, is it close to, for this one's about 10% up for the year on US 30. So Dow's up around 10%, a few others up more. NAS is killing it. NAS is like nearly 20% since the start of the year. Now, how much more can that keep on going? So if you're trying to invest money and you got competitors, you got treasuries and stocks competing, higher interest rates is going to be negative for stocks, because it's trying to restrict spending. So investors will be thinking, well, how much higher can the stock market go for the end of this year? Do I want to park my money in stocks where I might get 8% growth? Or do I want to park my money in treasuries where I'm guaranteed 5% growth? And that could be the trade-off here, where you're thinking guaranteed return versus speculative return. So this is why they do compete. So when treasuries are very high, and they've just hit like a 16-year high since 2007 was the last time that some of these treasury bills have been this high. That's a pretty attractive place to park some money if you're an investor, to have guaranteed return of at least 5%. Yeah, why not? So hence you have money outflowing from one area to another area. And when you have power come in and start speaking like it was, that we're going to hold interest rates up high for longer, that's going to restrict potential growth in the stock market. That's going to guarantee returns in your treasuries. So this is where you see money quickly outflow from one asset to another asset. So, I mean, that's good for long-term and overall buyers. We know that what we do in our sessions here, that we're really just looking for the trade of the session. You know, and that could be bullish or bearish. It doesn't really matter what's really happening in the whole theme behind the scenes, but it is good to have an idea of what's happening, bigger picture, because it can lead you to picking a better bias or understand why you're buying or selling something, as opposed to just looking at price action and saying, oh, price action looks like it's going to go up, it's going to go up. Okay, so we'll do a little bit more work on that one, but that was just like a little intro into what some of these high interest rates for longer means. Now, indices are contagious. So what happens in one index in the US, you'll see it very similar. They're very correlated. So we see like US 30 Dow and German did the same thing. Yeah, same as UK 100. Same as the NAS, same as S&P 500. They all sold off based on what Powell said. If we go down to some of the other country indices, we can look at here's the JPY 225, the Nikkei. Here's the Aussie 200. Here's the CAC, the French one, French 40. Now they don't open during the Asian session, so you don't see what Asian session did. You just see like this candle with this gap down. That's a gap. So yeah. Anyway, it's going to be another crazy day here. So we've got in about 45 minutes time, we have, hey Dave. I'm guessing that means you need a link. 34 degrees in Brisbane. Jesus. I even had my beanie on this morning because it's bloody cold.
I've just been in Sydney. Today it's 20.
20 degrees. I wish. I'd kill someone for 20 degrees. What was that?
I can give you some names.
Probably know
Probably
one name in mind.
Geographically, you're closer.
Yeah. Alright, so we have to sort this thing out, Dave. Okay, there you go, it's on your way. Alright, so we've got 45 minutes, we've got Swiss policy rate. So I'm sure that's going to shake things up, which is going to be, hey Peter, that's going to be, I'm not sure how much it should have. It's any increases are going to have an effect on the stock market. Doesn't matter. Swiss is a big trading partner of Germany. Now and then we've got the big one for me anyway, Bank of England. So we had some cracker trades on Pound Aussie. Pound Aussie finally gave you that 200 pip move almost. Just boom. So beautiful little zone here. I did have a really thick zone. Had a really thick zone from covering this whole area that once we broke inside of it, we made it way down to the bottom. And then look where we reacted from. From the no wick candle. So that was your point of interest right there. Hey Ivan. Okay, now let's do a little, we're 15 minutes before the open, so let's do a quick analysis, quick one on GER40. So gonna have to be pretty careful with all this news today and tomorrow and from last night. Morning, Robbie. He can send me a list of people as well. Alright, so I'm glad that, well, I'm hoping everyone's had a fairly decent start to the week, because this is not the week to be trying to force trades. Not the end, not these next couple of days. We'll do our best. Tomorrow's going to be PMI day, which is going to be just heavy. And we've got the yen. So Asian session, man, these Japanese finance guys, they're sneaky as. They are one of the sneakiest in all of the industry. They will not tell you when they're going to talk. It's tentative. So we'll wait for the best time to do it. / worst time. So you're never really sure when they're going to drop a bomb. And so many times they'll just go and say, they talk a big game. Oh, we're gonna come off our super easy monetary policy. We're going to start tightening it, and nothing happens. And they've done this for I don't know how many times. How many times they've said they're going to do something, and then it's just nothing. Just the words alone, just the threat alone makes the market tremble. Anyway, then we've got PMI 8:15, 8:30, 9:30, and then the US get involved 2:45. So not fun. Tomorrow, well, it's a lot of fun, but it's not fun if you're stressed and trying to make up profits. Today is also not going to be too fun. We've got some big things coming. So let's do our best here though. So the daily candle, we're pushed down into this little zone, this red zone. That red zone is on, I'll start with that one. That's here. This is this 2-hour support area. So London session, London start, price wick down, broke these wick lows, tapped into this little liquidity. This is a higher time frame, like a 4-hour, I think, liquidity wick. I'll just see, for some reason it doesn't look like it's measured very well. Anyway, it pushed down, closed bullish. We had something push up to like this little order block, come back down, and this candle, New York session, retested this wick and then boomed higher. So from the low to the open, this is a support zone. Okay, so until that support zone is broken, we should be looking to trade off of support. Just want to double check what this green and purple thing is. I believe that would be the 4 hour, 3 hour, 1 hour, 30-minute maybe. 30-minute, that's what it is. That's the standalone liquidity wick. This one here for New York session. Oh, sec. Holy. Okay, so this is the 30-minute liquidity wick for New York session. Wick below this doji, pushed up, came back, retested it, and then pushed up. So that's what this little purple and green box is. So we've got a little bit of liquidity here. Then on the higher time frame, this red zone was this area. Okay, so we've tapped into that for now, and price has pushed up. So we're starting to recover some of this heavy drop that we pushed down. Now I'm still bearish on this, but I'll still just see where we're gonna go. Asian session, like you can see where it did drop quite heavy from, and it dropped quite heavy from this area. We had like a little gap the day before in the Asian session, and then we had the gap here. This was in time for, no, New Zealand GDP was over earlier. Okay. Anyway, what's nice is that German open, 7 o'clock candle, Frankfurt open, is actually open with no bottom wick, and it's just pushed straight up. So this gives us a potential target for price to come back down to. Now, the Asian session, well, I've got a point of interest. I'm not really sure about this one. This one here, but this one is this little thin black line at 15,692. This was a previous New York low. It was you can see like where price was like, it was just holding as like a little resistance with all these wicks trying to tap into it. It was an Asian high. We finally broke through it yesterday. Then we retested it. Then it was the New York low. And then it held as a little support for about 3 candles, about 90 minutes before we closed, and then pushed down. So I'm keeping an eye on this level. I don't really know what it's going to do, but it was a previous New York high. Oh yeah, New York high over here. This was the New York high. This one. So previous New York high. Twice it's been a New York low. It's been an Asian low. Asian low. I mean Asian high, don't I? Yeah, sorry about that. It's not meant to be Asian low, it's meant to be an Asian high. Okay. So because it's been a session high low quite often, could be of interest. So I've just left it on there. Hey Hitman. Okay, now what I've also got here is this area, this one here. So this is 15, almost the round number, 15,698. If we look at the 5 minutes, this is just before we had this big drop in the Asian session. Just before we had this big drop, we had price push up, little doji, no top wick, little retest, and then we dropped. So it kind of looks interesting on the lower time frames, like even like say the 3 minutes. It looks quite interesting as an area that we could potentially come back and grab liquidity from. It's almost like a, quadruple top or triple top, if you will, pushed up, something like that. So I think there could be liquidity sitting there. I've made it like just a dotted line because I'm just not too sure, because it's in the Asian session. Once we get up this close, we've got another no wick candle with a gap, and then we've got Asian high right here. So it's a dotted line for me. I'm not really too sure. If we look at the 1 minutes on it, Not that I want to look at 1 minute on the Asian session, but it just something looks suspicious here. So that's why I've got my eye on it. So, but if we've started with no bottom wick, then I am looking really for it to come up to a zone of interest and potentially trading back down to this 15,633 area. And I'd like to see it. So I know for a fact, and that we're not going to stay inside of this area for this whole day. So I just need to try work out when are we coming down to take out that low, and if we can get down to this low without taking out this high, when are we going to get in to take out that high? And at the moment it's representing to the drop zone, and here this is a 65 pip range. I can get around trading something inside of that. We'll keep an eye on gold. Gold did do a nice little drop. I really like that little area that it dropped from, because this is the no wick candle here. So this is the kind of the same thing that I'm looking for today. Looking for a price to push up until where there was a no wick candle, and then make it smooth back down to try take out the euro open and extend the euro low. So let's see if we can get that. Anyway, 5 minutes till that happens. You guys got any other ideas? Anything you guys looking at? How do you guys go in Asian session if you traded it? As soon as I ask questions about what do you guys want, what do you guys think, this is what happens.
Good morning, Hayden.
Hey, actually, how are you?
Good, bro. How are you?
Yeah, good, thanks, man. How did you get last night? I tried to tune in. I jumped in to the Zoom, but I was driving, just couldn't hold the connection.
Yeah, I think yesterday my bias was incorrect. I was looking for a bias, but the whole bias was bearish after
Bummer.
we reached to the upside.
Bummer. Did you get it? Did you get into anything, or was it just not giving you any?
No, I tried to take a buy, but took two small losses yesterday.
Okay. Yeah, it was pretty
so
hard.
Right now here,
It was just dropping,
if you
wasn't it?
look at, GER40, I'm looking at this area. We have a HCS also, and we have a double bottom. This is a double bottom on 5 minute as well as 3 minute.
Oh yeah.
And if you are talking about this imbalance candles, it can be taken out, but maybe first we push to the upside and then we will gonna take out that thing.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'd like to. The higher we can get away from these imbalances, the more range we can have to come back down to it. Or because if we're not taking out anything of significance to the top side, then I'm looking to buy from this area to go up potentially. Ivan, you missed the start. Is there a fundamental reason for this drop? Is it impacted because of FOMC? Yes. Yeah, it was FOMC. It was in a nutshell. It was a hawkish hold. So the held rate's the same, but they were talking higher rates for longer. The market started to buy it a little bit, and it meant that the treasuries rose, and they're at like massive, like they've been 16-year highs, and so people can guarantee at the moment, if they're not going to cut interest rates in the next, like, say 9 months, 12 months, then it's going to be quite restrictive for business, and stocks have done well for the year already. So how much more can they hold? How much more growth is there going to be in stocks in the next, say, for the next 12 months if the Fed are going to keep interest rates this high? So money will outflow from stocks into treasury yields where you're guaranteed at least 5%. So that's, you'll see a lot of money just move quickly. That led to a sell-off. Doesn't mean it's not going to recover though. But that was that was pretty much, I'd say, that's one of the factors that leads to a drop when he comes out so hawkish. Holding cash is going to give you a real return. All right, here's the open now. So can we come down, take out this low before then moving up? Can we retest this double bottom? Can we retest this HCS? Oh, Hitman got some sells on Sydney and UK today. Robbie experimenting trading the edges of their ranges. Alright. So we got close, we got to the wick area of these two candles. Might do a webinar and about what I just said. We'll put it in the fundamental G drive, fundamental side of the G drive. I'll do that. Might do that after I've got a midwife appointment at 10, quarter past 10. So I'm gonna have to get out of here at some stage. I might do that before London session, New York session. Okay, so just remember as well, in 30 minutes, we've got Swiss interest rates. So I'm going to try and get a 30-minute trade. Well, a trade done in 30 minutes. Okay. Come on, just give us a push. And then maybe there might be a little sneaky buy from here. What's going on? To this area. I don't think this is enough for it to... I don't think this is the high of the session. There is no wick candle over here yesterday. This is the start of that big move. I think it should keep on pushing up a bit higher. Just want to take out this New York, it could even turn around here. I would like to see it take out that low though. Got to close inside this box, find its way down to the bottom. Come on. Oh, don't do us dirty like that. You take that, Akshay?
No, I was waiting for that 1 minute candle close, but it just pushed to the upside.
1 minute, hey. Cowgirl's in. Yeah, Sarah's in. Ah. Shit. Little pre-London pullback, huh? Maybe it might just wick higher, come back down for a second push, and then go. It might just take out the euro high, the Frankfurt, the first. When I say euro high, I mean the first hour of the Frankfurt Open. So that's like my euro high. Well, it is the euro high actually, as well. Come on, give us a chance to get in. Germany, you've left your kids behind. Hey Dan. Oh, Hitman got the buy.
We're at the London low from yesterday.
Oh yeah. Look, you've been a bad mum right now. You left your kids here. Morning, Mo. Well, maybe she's gonna get to. Maybe we should get to the corner store when she realizes that she's left her kids behind, and then she might do a 3-point turn and come back and get them. Ah, shoot, man. It's okay. It's alright. It's a bit of a shame. Would have loved to have taken this if it pulled back into the area.
Yeah, let's see if the price first push to the 700 or we get any kind of pullback.
Yeah. So we'll keep an eye on the top of the Asian drop zone and this little thin black line. The thicker black lines are our monthly levels. She'll realize that she left her kids behind soon, surely. Gosh, look at that little gap up as well on the 5 minutes. It's not on the 3-minute candle. Strange. I would have been a bit more aggressive on this entry down here. This from up here though, I need to. I'm gonna wait for anticipation, I think. Well, congrats to those that got it. That was a nice, you know, get 38 pips at the height. Currently 30 pips from this little support zone. day can be done in literally 8 minutes. Okay, maybe she's realised the kids are behind there. So what did this react off of? This reacted off of the London low. If you cast your eyes to the bottom left chart, 30-minute London low. So we've kind of connected the London sessions now. It's a little bit of a concern for those if anyone's holding those buys still or not secured. London low can have a reaction, but I don't think it should have. I don't think it's enough to slow that down. I would say that if they've picked up liquidity, enough liquidity, they've got to offload it somewhere, and that's probably going to be where the drop started from. Oh well, you got this liquidity candle here on the 5-minute chart. So that was one I wasn't really sure what to do with that one because it was liquidity candle in the Asian session. Catch you, Dan, buddy. I will. Have a good day at work. It's actually, I think today's the day of, let me know what you're doing after if you want to get a pint after work. Looking like that is the candle which is holding things up. Not so much the London low, but that 5-minute liquidity candle. Whilst we're waiting for this to do something, make sure to give the stream some love.
I think we're digging deeper, hey? That's my prediction.
Did you take a sell there, did you?
Yeah.
Of course you did.
Oh, it's on 2 of my feeds. That's actually the London, the New York low, not the London low. It
Oh, yeah?
dug a bit than on your screen.
Yeah, right.
Um,
On your feed, what feeds?
ACG higher.
Oh, yeah.
I can't get the session times to work on my IC market, so it's hard to see.
Oh, okay. $18 minutes to the Swiss interest rates as well, guys. Keep in mind. I should put that here somewhere. Yeah, that's a bad spot to put it. So you're clear. Are you looking for buys from my green zone? Yeah, the pathway. Oh wait, which green zone are you talking about? Talking about this green? Or are you saying this like where the kids are? Oh, buys. Must be looking at where the kids are. Yeah, well, for the easy trade. Oh wait, what have I done? I got rid of this. Oh no. The easy buys for me were if London opened and pulled back into this no wick candle to then go up. Because to me, what that would have done is that there's no like price hadn't pushed up into anything of significance to the left enough to stop this turnaround. But since it already pulled back and pushed up and now coming down, this actually has hit some liquidity zones. So this has hit a liquidity candle. This is also tapped into a London low. So now the move that I was looking for was from here up to about here. And obviously that would have been like nearly 45 pips profit. So I would have secured before that little line. Not have to worry about the last 5. But it didn't quite pull back down to where I wanted. So now it's complicated a little bit. But that was the easier trade idea. Yeah, now where mum is. Or where the kids are calling for mum. This could be controversial. I'll try to find a picture, but I don't know what keyword I'm going to write in. Lost kids? Who knows what kind of images that'll come up. There you go. This is German's little kid just sitting here by itself.
Fifteen closed bearish. Oh no, 5. 15 closed bearish doji. Bearish engulfing candle.
On the 15 was a sweep of both sides. Yeah. It's a negation, isn't it? Just gotta wait to see which one it closes. 30 minutes still open. So 30-minute could trump that candle. But if the 30-minute candle closes strong bullish, then you wouldn't really be looking at that 15-minute candle. Come on, man. Playing the waiting game. I'll get a coffee, I think, just before the news. Before 8:30, I think. Hey, Boo. How are ya?
I was about to go for the buy.
Breaking above here.
Nah, I was looking at the 1 minute.
Yep.
So I was like, instead of this is, I don't know if it's in your broker also, but this candle didn't have any lower wick.
Oh.
So as soon as this candle this took this liquidity, presumably because on the broker, on IC market, it didn't have any lower wick. I wanted to get in right here, somewhere right here. I wanted to get your opinion on it. But it's looking already too late.
That would have been a good little entry, yeah. No bottom wick. This one takes it. Then this candle here gives you a nice little, like little bodies. Nice bullish pressure. breaking above here, you've got, because once we've made a high, the probability, 80% probability is to retest that high.
More, if you look at other time frame, like a 2 minutes, you will see that there is a opportunity was there on 2 minutes. So if you look here, what happened? This was a attempted FE candle. Price pushed to the upside, and this candle came back to retest that low. Let me draw it much more clear. Okay, this low. It took out that, and on 1 minute, we got a idea that we wanna push to the upside. I took an entry here. Now I'm gonna secure some profit here.
That no wick candle on your broke, I haven't got that on any of mine, but that would have been a beautiful like push up, come back down to retest it, and then looking for bullish signs from it to go back up again once we made that high.
Yeah.
I think that would have been sound idea. I really like that setup that you're talking about, especially if it's on higher time frames. The 1 minute is like broker to broker, so many differences. But I think there's more likely the other, like, it's be a bit more universal on the higher time frames for no wick candles and things like that. 1 minute, sometimes it's like, well, I trust Pepperstone, but there's many brokers out there that I would not never trust, that they've just disconnected, had latency issues, missing candles, missing ticks. Especially around this time, like London Opens, New York Opens, so many brokers just die in the ass, and then you just can't trust the candles that they print, that they show you. Plus the manipulation as well. Trapped early breakup buys, retest now down, unload liquidity, push up. That's what I hope, Ivan. Yeah, I hope that. Here's actually his chart. 15 minutes. Oh, 5 minutes. Okay. Yeah, no problem. Oh, Ivan, did you take that, did you? You took the doji, 1 minute doji entry. Which one? This one? You took this one from the zone? Oh, you got a pending order. Gotcha.
Oh, sorry, I was on call.
No problem.
Can you go back to that chart?
There you go, mate.
Okay, so here. So if you look at what happened here, this was a previous HCS was here.
Yep.
We have a negation happen here also.
Okay.
Like manipulation from downside, manipulation from upside. This candle close above. Obviously, we have an imbalance candle here. But after that, price came back to retest that zone by this candle. And again, price again came back, and this right now is closed like another single candle manipulation. So probably if price just took out the high here, it can just come back into this area, and maybe from that area we get our sell up opportunity. Then we can took out this low, and probably coming back to retest this FE candle again.
Yeah, actually I hadn't considered that. I actually do. That gives me more reason to look for sells here if we take out the high without taking out the low. Oh, wait a second. Look, I can see what price is doing now. Price is going to take out that low. Up here, the top left chart. Well, kind of invalid. If it taking out this low and then breaking its own high again, I'd be very careful with any sells here. But the buys still could make sense. Taking out this low, that the high of London probably won't start with a 15-minute doji. Probably. There's no guarantee there. Must be getting close to Ivan's entry. And we've got 5 minutes before this news. Damn, man. I reckon it's going to give an entry, a perfect entry, just before this news. So what, be careful. Just like, I don't think this should be, I don't think it's going to be like, sometimes, you know, if it's like US news, you get a bloody candle like that. I don't think Swiss will do something like that, but just, please don't use normal risk, guys. Please don't use normal risk. You just never know with this news. It's much easier to pick up the crumbs after. You know, we're little guppies in this ocean. Wait till the sharks kill their prey, tear it apart, and we'll come in and grab like a little piece. Those little pieces are still worth quite a bit.
So if you go into the 45 minutes, we have a HCS already from the downside.
Look at.
So this HCS already formed, and you can consider this is a manipulation also here. This was a bearish, and immediately this candle closed a few candle. So another manipulation already happened.
Did you say from the top side
And
though?
No. So from the bottom side, we have a HCS.
Oh, okay.
HCS.
Sorry, I heard you. I thought you said top side.
And if you look at this candle, this was a bearish FU candle. So immediately next candle broke that low and then closed bullish FU candle. So negation already happened. And above that high, this candle already closed. Now price either coming back to taken out that low, retesting to this candle, and maybe from that area we again start move to the upside now. Because if price wanna come back first to the downside, then we can see that price wanna take out that 1 hour imbalance candle, and maybe from that 1 hour imbalance candle we can again start moving to the upside. We have a double top here at 700 area.
Yeah, I saw that on the 3 minutes, like a triple top on the 1 and 3 minutes. So the only thing that I'm cautious of is that London session sweeping the high and a couple little rejection wicks. I am cautious whether they are looking for something a bit deeper than just this euro low, like you're saying actually, down to the base of this candle, which would be pre-London 5 minute candle, no bottom wick.
Let's see, we have a news, so anything can happen. We can just wait for the news to come out, and then based upon price action, we can look for the entry.
Yeah, anything can happen. That's it. Okay, so now the question is, for me, the question is, how deep does this go? I think, Ivan, you should be in this trade now, shouldn't you? Seven pips up, very good. No top wick. I like how it's got no top wick here. So this is London telling me we're pushing down on a 5 minute time frame. You'd like to be taking a higher time frame point of interest. If this is indeed a sell to buy, pushing into one of these no wicks or support zones to then retest that high, that would give you, like, you'd be up nearly 30 pips at that stage. That wouldn't be bad. Okay, we've got a minute 40 seconds for Swiss. Is anyone watching any not fibs, what do they think, pivots? Any pivots around here? Probably not, because we're, oh, maybe. S1,
Yeah,
is it?
currently
Go on, sorry, I was talking over you. What did you say?
we're at the S1
Okay.
right now.
Okay, 50 seconds. Now we've taken the low of the 15 minute. So can we take out the high of the 15 minute now into this Asian drop zone? Or are we going to dig a little lower? Okay, 10 seconds. This is the Swiss news now. Oh, yes. Holy.
Take profit. You couldn't move it.
Ivan, you must be. Yes. I sold.
Yeah, that was the target.
Yeah. Okay, come on. I sold at this line. 18 pips up. 20 pips. I'm going to secure there. I'm going to move stops to break even on that one. Just did a 20 pip, nice. Ivan, congrats, mate. That was a fantastic trade you took. I took the sell off that zone. Just impulsive, not looking for too much. Took 20 pips, secured 60% of it. Stops are at break even. I'm not sure what Swiss is going to do, but I'm hoping that we can push down.
0.75 didn't change.
Didn't change.
No.
Oh. They were going to change. I thought they were forecast to change. That could be bullish for this. I might just secure a little bit more.
I think we go all the way to the downside. We just grab enough liquidity from upside now, and we still haven't got the liquidity from the downside. So either they're gonna take out this liquidity, then afterward they can push upside, because early buyers, a lot of early buyers.
Yeah. All right, let me just pop that little in the chat. So oh, Tom, I see are you watching on YouTube? I've seen him, his posting, he did well, mate. All right. So, what's the lesson that we learn here? Lesson is like this is like a performance sport, isn't it? That we need to be on point when we're scalping, and what when you need to perform, you need to get there and do your warm up early. You need to put your zones in, your ideas in. You can't just come and react to what the market does. You need to plan your zones ahead of time and then react to what the market does.
It's very true.
So would you not buy again from this low level? I didn't plan what I was going to do after my trade. I planned a coffee, so I think that's what I will do. I'm not going to, I don't know where this is. After having hit, I like the buys from this area because the kids were there for price to come back down to it. I still don't think this is a proper hit here. This was my, I had this level marked. You can't say I didn't have this level marked. Now, impulsively, when price ripped up that high without fully going down here, I thought it was worth a shot for a quick one. But those Swiss rates not changing, to me, that's going to push price up. So, but it hasn't hit some levels yet. That's the problem. So I don't want to trade. I don't want to get caught trapped inside this zone. And my discipline tells me I very rarely take a trade after I've taken the trade. As in, like, I don't take 2 trades too closely back to back. Yesterday I was showing Glenn, I was like, man, feeling crazy. I sold gold into a buy. I was like, whoa, I don't normally do that. Had to sit down on the couch for a little bit afterwards.
Yeah, yesterday when we end the stream, after gold start moving to the upside.
I can't believe that, what it did, hey. I literally I was done for the day, and Glenn messaged me in Discord, and I was like, oh, I had a look at gold, and I couldn't believe it. I was like, holy shit, man. Gold just dropped rising bayonet 100 pips from NYSE with no news. To me, I was like, that's dodge. That's dodgy. So to me, what I was thinking was like, price is now going to push, because it started with no bottom wick, they're pushing price up, and they're thinking that, well, this is me speculating, that what they're thinking is that once you get into once the news FOMC comes, because we've had such a push up that's got so many people excited for buys, that no matter what Powell said, I thought we were going to probably have a sell-off, because it would make people so keen to take buys, Fed holding, gold rallying. All we had to say was like we might be at the end of the hiking cycle, and I still think gold would go down because there'll be so many people net long that it's just easy to drive price back down. Now, Powell came out a bit more hawkish, so then we actually sold off quite a lot. But I was saying I'm gonna go to gold quickly. I was saying I'll put it in the breakdown. I won't cover it too much. But on the breakdown, I said, which chart was it that I did the breakdown on? This one. And Glenn can vouch for me here. I said, put a sell limit in at 1943.75.
Yeah, you got missed on that candle by like a pip, and then he got in on the next candle. Yeah,
it was this trade. So just missed, took it, and then I actually jumped into Kerwin's stream at that stage as well. Kerwin was asking what was the reasoning behind it, and it was we started this push up with no bottom wick. No bottom wick, and we had 100 pips already from New York Stock Exchange open, uninterrupted, and into a 30-minute resistance zone. So it's more than likely that before we have any sustained push up, that we're going to come back and like test this area again. So nice little move. I think I caught wind. I jumped in Donvo stream. Man, I think he escaped jail here.
He does it all the time, but he's got an account that can hold through that rubbish.
Exactly.
Yeah, I also took a sell on this.
Oh, sorry, mate. Let me go back to that.
Yeah, I also took a sell on this here. Okay, yeah. When price came back to take it out that high.
Oh yeah.
And then it, but I thought we will just continue pushing downside. So, but I closed some partials around somewhere here. Mm-hmm. But afterward, when start pushing upside, I moved my stop loss, but afterward it got stopped out.
Oh yeah.
In this But if you look at the 5 minute before the FOMC, I think I haven't backtested this thing, but most of the time you will see HCS from upside.
Yeah, you've been saying that a bit now.
Yes, here. With first value this one, and then we got this candle before the news candle open.
Yeah, I did that. It was last week. I did that. I saw. It was. Was it? No, it wasn't NFP. Maybe. No, it was. It was CPI. CPI or PPI. It was one of those two. I can't remember. But I jumped in. I got in like a minute before the news because I was seeing that. Had your voice in my head. And I was like, and it aligned with my directional bias. And I was like, oh, okay, I see what's going on. Best bet for me here is to get in before the move. I took a sell, so I didn't want to take a sell and like contend with the slippage or anything. So I actually jumped in 1 minute before the news when the spread was normal. And you know, it was a risk that price could rip up, get a liquidity grab before dropping. But thankfully, it just dropped. All right. Well.
Yeah, I mean, I think most of the FOMC, CPI, PPI, all these move. This news move usually one direction. NFP usually spike up, spike down, but CPI, PPI, and I think PMI also, and FOMC, which move one direction. And
CPI.
Usually we get a price edge.
Yeah, CPI does huge corrections.
Yeah.
PPI can have that one-sided. So I'm pretty sure I did it on PPI last week. PMI is tricky because you've got so many, you've got manufacturing and services. So very often you get mixed news. So then it can be like liquidity grab from both sides. If it's all one direction, one-sided, then you get that beautiful clean move. But I don't mind mixed news as well because you can just anticipate it's going to do whipsaw. Let's go back to German. My runner survived. I'm not sure for how much longer.
Yeah, eventually it's gonna come back to the downside. At least it's gonna take the liquidity, or it has to close bullish one after taking out that doji low, and then probably we will continue pushing upside.
Yeah.
Then you can say they are not interested in this liquidity as bottom side liquidity.
All right, who took wins? Who took good trades from the zones that we pointed out? If you did, or you like what you see, give a sub, give a like. How about my peeps? Sarah's had a PT session yesterday. Her reaction's a bit slow, but you got to buy there before. No trades for you today, Peter. That's a good move when there's news. You never know. You never know what's going to happen. I saw Tom. Congrats, buddy. I saw your I saw your Discord post. Thank you. Very good. Good to see, mate. Oh, this is looking like it's going to take my runner now. Dave's going to take the same one. Ivan took pre-news. Got the fear.
So why, David? Why are you fearing? Because you haven't saw that setup again and again. So that's why you have to backtest that thing. Once you are backtesting, you get a confidence that this thing works. And I can, in initial stages, you can just use like a tiny lot, just a 0.01, and just try to explore those things, like how many times this thing works and how many times this thing does not work. And once you eventually get enough data, you can just enter before the news.
Yeah, it was. I felt quite confident with that zone, but I just thought news could just go in either direction, so that's why I just didn't trust the zone because I didn't know what news was going to do.
Fair enough.
No, it's all right. I didn't took that entry. I think Ivan saw that thing again and again. That's why I took that entry.
Yeah, when risk reward is on your side and you're seeing this over and over, you don't mind taking some of the. Oh wait, why is the YouTube chat not on?
And the thing with the buy stop, sell stop is you got a lot of slippages. Instead of taking entry before the news, let's say you took the entry before the news here, and you put your stop loss somewhere here. Even if you get little bit slippage, it maybe get trigger here. But if you got a win, you can win this much. So if your risk reward is in positive, like a 1:2 or 1:3, even if you have a 50% win rate on that news thing, then you can still be positive at the end of the month.
Yep. Thanks.
Oh, I had the chat. The YouTube chat was hidden behind my thing. Still getting used to this Streamlabs. Robbie said 47 pips for the day. Good for work. He sent me a message on Discord beforehand saying he's like looking forward to this session. Well done, mate. All right, well. Oh, go on.
Mate, that use push, that was the first trade that hit my TP without me managing it in about 3 weeks.
Oh yeah, it's a nice feeling, isn't it?
It happened that quick.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a beauty.
Normally I manage 90% at 20 or so pips. That just pushed 45 pips in, what was that, a minute?
Let's have a look.
Yeah, 1 minute candle.
Yeah, one minute candle. Then I took the sell and I got the sell for one minute candle, 35 pips. We all win today.
Crazy.
So now we created a range here, like this range. So manipulation from upside now by this candle, manipulation from downside by this candle. Now either price just gonna take out that high and immediately get a reaction to close bearish, then maybe we will once price able to close below, then we will continue pushing downside to come back into this area. Or if the price simply closing above this high, then any pullback, then we will continue pushing upside then.
Yeah, I would say with the news we're going up. This is buyers and sellers today in this session.
Yes, everybody will.
Buyers and sellers today.
Okay, we took out that high now. Now it's looking good. Price, if this one is closing bearish one, then we will coming all the way to the downside. We got that high, that liquidity now. But it has to close bearish. If it's not closing bearish, then next candle again can come back upside.
That sucker took my runner. I've got it at my magic keys. When it moves to break even, it's break even plus 1 pip. So the spread took me. Best week in 12 months, Robbie. Awesome, man. No, don't thank me. It's got to be you've got to pull the trigger yourself. I think it's just having consistent streams, right? I think that's the consistency part. Consistent, do your zones, trade at the same time each day, and then be done.
Yeah, every day you have to show up on the chart without any kind of hesitation. Just wait for your setup. No need to FOMO, any kind of, just trust your analysis, trust your setups, because eventually if you backtested that setup and you know that this setup gonna work, you just someday will be like we will see like this kind of shit, but you just have to stay with your setup. Otherwise, if some people are taking buy, some people are taking sell, you are just stuck in the range.
Yeah. Let's have a quick little look at what Financial Juice has to say. And I'm gonna go grab a coffee. So yeah, there's gonna be some bullish pressure here.
Yeah, and by the way, you can contact them for any kind of pro version for free. Some people got that pro version.
Oh,
if you are streaming.
This one.
Yeah. Not just for free. I'm not saying you have to purchase.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah, I thought about buying it, but like I just use it for like I don't really use it. Like if it's 10-20 seconds behind, I'm not worried about getting it at market. But yeah, maybe I guess I promote them enough. I'll wait till I've got 1,000 subscribers and then I'll contact them, because I think it's like what is it, £60 a month or something like that. So $1,200 bucks a year, something like that. Aussie dollars, Aussie pesos.
Take care, head, David.
I'll see you, Dave. Enjoy dinner, mate. Yeah. I have to read into a bit more what they were thinking. But to me, that would say that we're going to push up into some of these other areas. But this top of this Asian drop zone, that triple top area, that's still in play. We've got a few no-wick candles forming still with this news. This run is done, so yeah, I think I'm just going to settle, get a coffee, and then I'll see where this is going to drive. Ivan, you holding your runner? You still holding the buys?
No, Hayden?
Hey Mo.
For the buys that you took earlier, I think you took it before the news dropped, right?
I didn't take any buys.
When did you take your buys?
I didn't have any buys. I only took the sell from here.
Oh, okay.
I missed the buys I was looking for were from here. So it didn't quite come down. I missed this one because I was looking for it to drop a little bit further, and then I didn't take buys here just ahead of that news, because I thought now I was really holding out for my level to be hit before then we see that upside, but then we pushed without tapping into my zone, into my other zone, so I thought this was worth a sell from it. But yeah, no buys for me, just the sells. There were buys. That's a fault on my side that I didn't execute on them.
So, for example, you would take the entry before the news, or as it's dropping, like the first seconds, to try to catch any move to the upside, or how'd you take the buy?
No, I would with the news. I wouldn't have wanted to have bought with the news being so close. For me, when I'm trading the news, I prefer the news to have to work to get to my entry, not enter too close to where price is. And then I would have just looked for a normal setup. So if for me to have got buys in this area, I really would have wanted to see it tap into one of my areas and then give a little wick down again for a bottom wick, and then either break the low, if it's a doji, break the low, and that would be anticipation. But with news, it's going to move too fast, so generally I want it to break the low, but I won't get in until it starts to flip bullish, come back a little bit, and then break its own high a second time, and then try get in somewhere here if it's created that bottom wick. Confirmation would have been waiting for it to close, and then look for it to do wick fill.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty much like what Kerwin would be doing, wouldn't he? As well, that's very similar to him. But I guess where there's a little bit of difference is that Kerwin will wait for the candles to close in this direction, and then get in. Whereas I'm happy to take like anticipation of trying to get the wick edge, just because I trust what I look at over here to the left.
And more, if you're able to just backtest this thing before the news, you're gonna see if price wanna move upside, it's gonna do this kind of thing before the news.
Yeah,
you will see that HCS or manipulation before the news. Even if you just Eden, can you open a yesterday chart one more time? The gold one. Yeah. 5 minutes. Yes. Okay. So you will see that.
Center it for you.
Yeah. Sure. Okay. So you will see that price did move huge before the news, and you can clearly see what happened here. We created a FU candle here. We generated liquidity in the form of doji here, and then afterward this candle came back to retest that FU candle and close another attempted FU. Why attempted FU? It broke the previous candle high here, this candle high, and just closed like a bearish candle, or even doji candle. You can consider this become HCS. And before news, this was a news candle. Before news, again 5 minute close FU candle here. So you always most of the time you will be seeing that this thing happened before the news, and price usually move in that direction afterward. Like if you see this FU candle form, a lot of people, I'm still backtesting this thing. I haven't used it. Usually I try to open like a 0.01 lot, but you can just backtest this thing, and you will find out that at least 60 or 70% time, this time price usually move one direction after. Like FOMC usually move one direction, CPI usually move one direction. At least the initial move I'm talking about. I'm not talking about first push downside, then coming upside. So at least you can get like more than 50 pips if the news is a high impact one. And after that, let's say on CPI, usually when we push to the downside and then correction happen, and the correction usually till where the news started. You can clearly see here also on FOMC. Most of the time what happened on the FOMC, price push to the downside, and then Powell starts speaking, we start moving to the upside. This thing happened most of the time, but even when that move happening to the downside, and when Powell starts speaking, you will find out the manipulation or HCS from the downside to push at least where the news started. So at least try that thing, like try to find out this pattern before the news. CPI, PPI, or for at least for the NY session, we have a lot of news. I don't know that much about London session, but for at least for the NY session, you got a lot of news. So it's really hard to instead of taking buy stop, sell stop, you can be a profitable with this thing, because buy stop, sell stop, instead of your order trigger, it's gonna trigger somewhere here, and the rest of the session you will be in drawdown after that.
Yeah, I think I like to understand why things happen, and to me, the understanding that I have is that when we get the news late, yeah. So what was the big event that we had the other day? It was this London CPI. So yesterday's CPI at 7 o'clock. Let's have a look at. We'll look at GER40 for it, and we'll go back to London 7 o'clock. Okay, see here. This is the London 7 o'clock candle. those HCSs, those little rejection wicks, those things that we're seeing, so, like over and over and over again, these like liquidity candles. This is the big boys positioning themselves into the market. Little sell to buy, little sell to buy, and like that sign is not just retail traders getting in. That has to be institutions position themselves just before a push. Now we would say, oh, but the news comes out at 7. How do they know? Well, the real giveaway here is that if you look at, say, like Forex Live, these guys at like the news came out at 7 o'clock UK time. They had yesterday, if I go back, gotta go back, look for more.
Oh, by the way, I think Germany is at your zone, Hayden.
Yeah, I'll have a little look in a second. Thank you though. Where is it? Have they removed this?
No, anyway, so most of the institutes and banks, they have a high research team, so they already know that I think most of the time they know that where news gonna move. The numbers are not going to be positive or negative for.
Yeah,
so they just position their. Yeah, go ahead.
That, and look at this report that comes out on Forex Live. It was released at 7 o'clock GMT. How can they have wrote all of this with a graph in the minute that it comes out? So they know what comes out. The news is out beforehand. The news is out beforehand, but the big guys. The big guys are positioning themselves in early. But what actually moves this? This is not institutions just hitting buy at this point right here. That's not institutions hitting buy. This move up is your liquidity providers saying when they get that news, all of a sudden this is the area that they buy from, or this is the going rate that they're offering for you to buy. And as soon as that news comes out, this is now the price that you can buy it from. So this is the big boys getting into the trade early. This gap up, this price moving, this is the liquidity providers instantly saying this is the new rate. And they're looking at order flow coming into their side to see how much people are looking to buy. No one's buying at this high, so it gives a little bit discount. Little buyers come in, a little bit more discount. Then they start seeing a lot more orders come in, and that's where price starts to push from. But we can see this. How could news come out on the dot when that result came out? It's because this is known beforehand, and like actually saying, they've got all their research team and everything, that these guys can position themselves into the market beforehand, and then they just let the news come out, and then they're already well in profits and they're in early. But if we can spot when they're getting in, then we can also follow the crumbs.
Also, if you have to look at into higher time frame. Well, what's higher time frame is doing? Because higher time frame, you will see that most of the time already did the manipulation, and higher time frame gonna show it that, like here, if you can see a 30-minute was already a few candle formed there, or even if you go to the little bit higher, 1 hour or 4 hour. Okay, so where was that news?
This one here, this
Yeah.
candle.
So if you look at here, this was attempted a few candle form here, doji candle form there. This candle came for just to retest that attempted a few, and it closed like another attempted a few. So that means they wanna push to the upside. So higher time frame also gonna give you that where we are going, because news candle is just driving the price from one liquidity area to another liquidity area. So it's not like it changing the higher time frame direction. It's just a higher time frame already decide the direction. You just have to find out lower time frame, where can I find the entry.
Yeah. Let's see what price is going to do. This hour candle high. And we're at this zone on the 3 minutes. That.
Okay, single candle manipulation there. This one. We didn't took out that high, but it closed another FU candle here. We took out this doji candle. So HC has already formed there.
Yeah. You guys in? Yes, sir. Come on. 5 minutes was beautiful anticipation entry. Right here.
Yes. Yes. And anticipation was HCS one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on.
Now target can be either these doji candles.
Yeah. Should be up 15 pips. So guys, a little bit of a lesson. Could have been watching price a bit more. But this would be your anticipation entry, confirmation entry when it's flipping, or like once it sort of pushes down, comes back up again, breaking the lower second time. Just be careful with it though. Like, don't let this trade hurt your feelings. If you've taken a win already, only use percentage of profits. And because the news is bullish, you got like, this is the drop zone. See how like accurate it was? That we're going to have a reaction from this level. I just don't know how much bullish pressure is into this market. So, but look at how close it was. Like, look where price went to. Isn't that crazy? So nice to see, man. No bottom wick is a little bit annoying.
For FU candle, no bottom wick, that means no rejection. So that means they wanna continue pushing downside.
Right.
At least for the FU candle.
I like it. I like to have a wick still, because it gives you more range for it to do wick fill with the momentum.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect anticipation entry is above the doji candle high. That's your perfect entry. Saw it a little bit late.
Oh, that's when you got it?
Yeah, yeah. First it was 90.8.
Now look at that 1 minute.
That one there.
1 minute.
Yeah,
So
if this can be a
on 1
fake
minute-
support, it'd be beautiful.
Yes, this FU candle give us a lot of information that, and price came all the way to retest that FU candle.
Yeah.
Now once price breaking that low, we will be going into this,
Yeah.
this.
Yeah. I was just like, be careful of this bit. Yeah. That would be your TP, or here.
Yeah.
About to break that low now.
Yeah. 5 minutes looking beautiful. Come on. I'm not going to let this trade hurt my feelings. I'm going to secure a little here, leave my stop loss so that it can't hurt me. I'm going to go get a coffee. I don't want to look at this. All right. I'll be back in a few minutes. Don't let it hurt our feelings.
You took it also, actually?
No, I'm done. I'm one trade just London session. Usually I try to avoid entering only one trade if that I will be win or loss, because German 40 it's not my main pair. My main pair is gold, so I can go hard on the NY session then. Did you able to understand this strategy more?
A little bit. Like for now, I'm just getting the grasp of it. It's kind of very it's very different approach, to be honest. It's not because we're used to go with the momentum, wait for the candle close, and then go at the break of that direction. Now it's like completely the opposite. So I was thinking, I got stopped out, by the way. I took a sell right here and at the break of this 1 minute low, but I got stopped out and then price moved in my direction. That's why I asked Hayden where he did.
Usually you wanna wait for price to take on a doji candles high, because a lot of people like, for example, for you again same thing. People usually when doji candle form, people think that the either it gonna reverse or it gonna continue one direction. But market usually what can it do? It just, or even if you find this thing like a reversal area, you will find that the when price is reaching into that area, you will find that the price gonna do one doji candle. And a lot of people, for example here, let me draw it here. So usually let's say this is your point of interest area and price came back into that area and closed like a doji one. So people think that now once price breaking that doji candle high, I can take a buy. But what price usually do, it push one more time to the downside, taken out that low, and then it closed like a bullish one like this FU candle or attempted FU candle.
Yeah, that's
and that will be your that will be your actual entry. Like either wait for price to take out that doji low, and once it break that high, either you can enter there or you can wait for a candle to close. Usually you will see this thing at some point of interest area. And you can clearly see when once price this candle close, the FA candle, your original stop loss is gonna be just above that candle line. Price can come, price can push to the downside. It can come back multiple times, but if it not breaking that high, you can see that this is my true stop loss. Until unless price breaking this thing, I can still stay bearish on that. Once price breaking that, then I can think about changing my direction.
I think I need a little bit need a little bit more time to get a grasp of these concepts. I'm trying to read again and again the FU PDF of the casino method.
On Saturday, I'm gonna conduct some liquidity concept video. If you wanna join, just DM me later on. I will send the link to you later.
Yeah, I'll DM you. I will send you a message on my WhatsApp.
Yeah.
So before the webinar, you don't can you suggest some PDF or some stuff that I should watch so that I can?
I think you already have a PDF. I think. I think you already have a PDF, correct?
I didn't hear you. Sorry. What did you say?
Oh, yeah. I think you already have a PDF. The basic PDF. Or I will send it to you. Okay, I will send it to you on WhatsApp. Sabut also doing a practice with this strategy, and you're getting really good result.
Yeah, like I'm seeing the screenshots of your trades, and it's clearly making a big difference between normal trades and sort of say your trades. grabbing the concept of liquidity is very interesting. I'm quite trying to read the all the information that I can find, and it's kind of eye-opening.
I mean, even people are people are playing like a support resistance. They can still use this thing instead of let's say here is a resistance here and here is a support. Now price can push into this area multiple times. And people trying to take entry when the price close above the resistance, like a taking long position when price close above. Instead of taking long position right away, you can wait for some pullback, and if you see any kind of manipulation again, and second time price, then you can look for the entry. Like I think you like taking entry when the price break the daily high or daily low, like a curve usually do. So instead of taking entry right away, you can let's say this is a daily high here, and first tap price break that high. Usually a lot of people get a long position when a daily high was broken. Instead of just wait for pullback, and if you see any kind of manipulation again, because usually the candle which broke the daily high, people put their stop loss below that low, 1 minute or 5 minute candle. So instead of that, wait for price to come back one more time to the downside, and if you see any kind of FU candle or attempted FU candle form, and then you can look for the entry. But the breakout entries are usually you are not holding it for longer period. You are just holding it for like 20 pips, 30 pips, 40 pips, depending upon which area you're looking at. The entry like this, let's say this kind of entries, you can hold it for longer period.
Secure. Oh, sorry, I was cutting you. This is my TP area. You're not going to believe what happened. You know when I said I'm not going to let this trade hurt my feelings, so I secured, and then I went to the coffee. I hit double trade, not close half.
Holy.
That was a total accident. I was just like, when I was waiting for the coffee, I was like checking the phone, like, there's a second position? What's going on here? Holy. That's a nice mistake. I've been on the wrong end of that before. Well, I think this is a clinical session. Don't you guys reckon? This was a clinical price action.
Good session. Not getting caught in the middle. It's very nice educational session.
Yeah, it's nice trading the edges. If you can get the edges, you can feel a lot more comfortable with because don't get me wrong, I love the entries that Kerwin can do, and I think it's a massive skill set he's got that he really maximizes his wins. But it's so hard for me to hold those because price so often comes back to my entry. So often.
But for example, let's say you took any trades at NYSE actually yesterday or not?
NYSE, I took an entry, but
we got a little range.
I closed. I closed it early.
Oh, because like yesterday, I was not in front of the charts at NYSE. The first 5 minutes, it was a perfect impulse entry, but when I go to the lower time frames, I cannot find a proper liquidity, sort of say, entry. Do you agree? Did you find any sort of entry around NYSE for your style?
Yeah. If you can you open it for the NYSE yesterday?
Yeah, this trade's done for me, guys. It's done for me. I'm done with this one. Took target. Today's excellent. Let's do a little education. What time frame?
5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Oh, you want Forex.com?
Yesterday's.
Forex.com. Yeah.
Yeah, first up.
This is NYSE here.
Yes.
Yeah. So yesterday, if you look at here, this candle, my bias was bullish. I wasn't bearish on the yesterday's because there are a lot of confirmation on other time frame also. So price came back to the downside, taken out this area and from attempted FU. I wanted to enter here, but I got a little bit slippery, so I got somewhere here, somewhere. So after that, price came back and took at my break even.
Oh, so
But,
you booked break even?
Yeah. Yeah, and even here, if you look at what happened on this candle, it just came back to retest that candle. I think if you use the replay mode hidden here, we can go into the other time frame.
What time frame?
Just use replay mode till here and going into the other
replay from here.
And go into the 3 minute.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
I got sells on this one. I think to TJ we got in. This took this drop. This was took sells from up here nearly with the same move that happened the previous day with COMEX open pushed up. Yet the day before, the Tuesday, I was looking for sells. I had a order just a little bit higher, and it went up. It was this move here. So same thing, COMEX open, price pushed up, and I had a entry at 38.1 around here, and I just watched the drop without me. And then the same move was at a zone of interest, had a beautiful little area across here, had a 45 minute. Oh no, that's right. We're talking about this. I did another fat finger mistake, and I went to look at the 45-minute chart, but I looked at the 35-minute chart. I did 3.5 instead of 4.5, and I was like, oh, liquidity candle plus doji Rick, and I was like, that's a beautiful rejection area for me. Took the sells from here with COMEX open, and then same thing. I closed it at this no wick candle, so exact same setup we've been actually taking a lot of. And then I tried to find that 45-minute candle wick. I'm like, hey, where is it? Can't find it again. I realized it was a 35-minute chart.
Okay, so
same setup.
Can you go to the 1 minute?
Yeah.
1 minute there. Okay, so on 1 minute, if you see here what happened, this was a FU candle formed here. Then this was a retest to that FU candle. HCS was already formed here. So this is your true stop loss. Until unless price breaking this thing, you don't have to look for any kind of sell. And after that, price came back. This was my mistake. I shouldn't have moved my stop loss to break even. This came back and took my break even. And multiple HCS was formed afterward also. Look at here. This was a HCS. And you can consider this is also HCS. So a lot of HCS was formed there afterward in 1 minute. And actual move happened after that YC open.
This is a entry. You said. So let me.
This one could have been entry. This one.
Mm-hmm.
This one was entry, and your true stop loss will be here.
No, but like besides the first one. So you said this is
okay.
Also, this is also
Here,
an
this candle.
Yeah.
And
that one. This doji went exactly to it, so that's an HCS, right?
Yeah. That become HCS. So after that,
go forward a bit.
Yeah. Go ahead. And after that, NYSE open was just pushed to the upside.
Yeah, so crazy, man. Nothing to flag that was going to happen.
Oh no! Like if I was in front of the charts, I was preparing to go buys right at the
high.
The break. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was not the daily high. That's why I really loved it. So the daily high was a little bit above it. I can't remember how much.
This was the daily high. This one here, the COMEX 5 minute candle. Because this is the Asian session, Euro session, London session.
34. Oh. Yeah, exactly. The daily high was at 34.
34, yeah.
So my entry would be at exactly 1933.70. Yeah, right there. Yeah. So no pullback, no nothing, just impulse entry.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, I was thinking about this all of the liquidity stuff. I was like, what if I was waiting for the break of the daily high and then some kind of a pullback to it to continue. But NYSE we have too much volume, so we will we won't be getting any deep pullback.
Yeah, it just
You
rocketed
want to
it.
give me something really depressing?
Yeah, you closed.
had an-
You closed just before,
Had
didn't
an entry there,
you?
closed there, long. For like, oh,
Yeah.
0.1, I think it was. It just missed my stop loss, which was somewhere down here. I can't remember exactly where it was. Just missed my stop loss. Thought, bugger this, I'm getting out for break even. I might have even been here.
You did all the hard
Yeah,
work.
I think
Neither am I.
Did all the hard work holding the drawdown, like Don Vo yesterday. All the hard work holding the drawdown, closed, break even, 4 pips or something, and then just dumped 90 lots or something. Wasn't it? I've done that so many times. I'm like secure, and then as soon as I push the secure, it just flies. It's like they're watching you.
That was in my prop challenge account too.
You would have passed it, hey?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then some.
Alright, so I have to go. Sorry, I have some other work to do. So
Catch you, buddy.
see you.
Yeah,
Thanks
thank
for
you.
your input. Really helps everyone here.
Thank you very much.
Good luck in New York. I'll see you there.
Yeah, see you.
I'll see you, Danny. She's got dinner as well. Yeah, you guys must be looking forward to a couple more weeks, few more weeks. London session gets a little bit later for you guys in Australia.
Yeah, but so does New York.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think we smashed it today. I think we the zones were on point and executed fairly well. I mean, I'd missed the buys, but that's all right. I'm only looking to take, 1 or 2 trades. Not looking to take more. So, impulsive sells, price action sells. Just I think for a little homework for you guys is just to watch the trade breakdown that I put in YouTube for yesterday, and at the end of it, the gold trade is a setup that I've been seeing so much lately. Just a move starting with no wick into a higher time frame area of interest, and look for it to return to that area again.
The trade that you just talked about, the comics trade?
No, the gold one after we had a 100 pip move up. Yeah, I mean the comics one was very similar as well.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, but that one from yesterday. Now see like how once, because this is an imbalance. This is an imbalance where price just pushed up, and price doesn't. In my head, like I've got to justify things, and when it starts with an imbalance move, there was only buyers here, and I think this has been a slow evolution of how I've understood this move. So often I used to just have like a really simplistic way of being at the charts, and I would just trail my stop loss behind every closed candle. And I noticed that the ones that had no wicks, when I trailed my stop loss just underneath it, I'd always get stopped out, and then it'll keep on going. So then I started changing the way I trailed my stop. Was I only trailed it behind candles that had top wicks if I was like selling, or if I was buying, I'd only trail my stop below candles that had a bottom wick. And I kind of shelved it because I didn't like that idea of trailing stop like that. I didn't think it was very clean, so I had to. I just forgot about it for such a long time, and then now I'm seeing that when price moves from here, so often it will come back and it will try find its way to the area where there was an imbalance to start with. So now if you have like a lower time frame imbalance into a higher time frame resistance zone, price will often come back to that area that it started. And like on the lower time frames, this could just, it looks like a fairly significant reaction. On the higher time frame, it's just trending structure, and it's a good seems to be pretty decent area where we're getting that retracement from. And I think as well, the more I've been doing this, is that I'm seeing this imbalance, I'm seeing price push up, and I'm taking this opportunity because it makes sense, and it's the next opportunity I see to go back down to this area. But you could be buying from that area as well if it's in the line with the trend, because probably this is the better move. It's just the move you've got to wait a little bit longer, and I guess that's the impatient side of me, is that I think I'm a pretty patient guy when it comes to trading, and I'll wait and wait and wait, but I'll still take the counter trend move more often than I take the with trend move. Anyway, a little bit of homework for people to sort of study, and I think you've just got to put the time into the charts, don't you? You've really got to put chart time in. If you don't know how to put chart time in, try find a basic setup and just go and backtest and look for.
Yeah.
So, were your results, Mo, that you posted, were they in Kerwin's Slack? Was that taking the waiting for the new, what you just said, waiting for the New York session to have created like the high and then taking the break of the high for 20 pips?
No. So basically what I've done is I did this whole study. It was only after the trades that I took, it was only after the 4 hour close. So basically all the trades that I took was after 9 a.m. Not taking anything like comics after the 30-minute, no, nothing. All the trades that I took, it was after the 9 a.m. close. And it was only A plus setup, meaning that I was only going with the trend, so not against the trend. With for example, the 4 hour candle of London.
Yep.
And most of the trades, I would say 60% were after NYSE, and 40% was between 9 a.m. and let's say 9:25.
This is
the rest of the trades
time.
Yeah. So the rest of the trades were after 9:30. So I would basically go for continuation entry. That entry can be break of the daily high, break of the previous 15 minutes, break up after formation of support and confirmation of support. So basically going with the trend. That's the main thing. And of course target the next reasonable target. So I would get easily 10% with the fixed risk per trade. I did 1% on each trade, and I got the 10%. The problem that I'm currently finding is duplicating those trades on the real market, because now stress is coming in, psychology coming in. The fact that you were just talking about, I need to have that ability to hold that drawdown, because eventually it will go up. But the problem is, how much can you be like on that flow state to hold that drawdown and trust the 100% the plan? That's what I'm currently in.
Yeah, that's the psychology really really plays a huge role.
The trading plan in itself is super easy. Just wait for the 4 hour close and go with the daily direction. There's no crazy analysis and no waiting for liquidity or something. Just every trade is impulse trade.
So really you got to get your execution right.
Perfect. It needs to, the execution needs to be perfect, and waiting for every drawdown like it's nothing. And you can see the result. Like the result doesn't lie, but the psychology is the hardest part is psychology, not the trading plan.
Yeah, definitely. That's why I find like finding the style that suits your personality is like, I really like the German session, because I think the zones are quite forgiving. That once you're in there, depends on how aggressive you want to be. But if you're trading at these edges, you can usually get a pretty decent move without having to be too worried about the entry so much. Like obviously you don't want to get late entries but they're still, even late entries are still like decent risk reward. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna scoot 9:30 here. Oh, I actually have to scoot. I've got a midwife appointment, so I better get to that one. Cool. All right, guys. Thanks very much for being here. Thanks for the.
Thank
Bye
you,
bye.
Ian.
Take care.
Hope you guys enjoyed.
Yeah.
Learned something. Don't want to get too cocky. Checking. Oh, Pat took sell from 15,677 to 15 to 20 pips, and then took buy for another 20 pips. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, you're done for the day now. You're done for the day. Beer's time. Yeah, it's beer somewhere. All right, guys. Well, peace out. I'll see some of you guys from New York, and we'll do the stream again tomorrow morning. We'll pick up the pieces for PMI. So take care, guys. Catch you later.
Catch you guys.